Are you doing something a little bit outside of your comfort zone or something unfamiliar to you? And then you've got this voice coming inside of your head saying, don't do that, this isn't you, this isn't right for you. But it's holding you back from going towards what you want. Well, this is imposter syndrome, and today I'm going to go through how you can deal with imposter syndrome. Welcome back to my channel, The Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset, with me, Johnny Pardo, here to help you boost your self-esteem and confidence. For a range of videos on self-esteem and confidence, you can subscribe to my channel or hit the bell to be notified when I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is very, very common. If you are experiencing, don't do this, this isn't right for you, and all those kind of voices in your head making you feel really uncomfortable, you are not alone. I've had this. My mentors, my coaches have experienced this. I've seen plenty of YouTube videos and research on the topic, and plenty of people have said, they've really struggled with imposter syndrome in the past. In fact, I was reading Underdog Advantage by Dean Graziosi, a millionaire, one of the best marketers in the world. And I was reading his book earlier, and he was saying when he was in his 20s, and he was really struggling with it, in his mid-20s I think it was, he was really struggling with it, thinking he wasn't in the right place, he is sweating, he is nervous, but look at him now, millionaire, and there's plenty of other examples to back that up as well. So realise this, you are not alone. But how do we overcome it? Or how do we deal with it rather than overcome it? I'm going to go into 4 tips now. The first one, and the reason I took away the word overcome, is for this reason. The feelings do not disappear. They only reduce as you take more action. Now you're thinking, Johnny, this isn't very helpful. I want the feelings to just disappear. Well, unfortunately, that's the reality. Imposter syndrome will not reduce until you take action. When you start doing something over and over again, it will become more familiar and comfortable, and therefore you'll feel like less of an imposter. But you've actually got to take action steps and come out of your comfort zone in order to overcome it. And I was watching a video on this from Mel Robbins the other day, and she was talking about this. She was saying the feelings will never go away, when she was talking to a live sort of coaching client, saying you just have to take the actions in place. Now, if something's too big a jump, just reduce it, but keep repeating things over and over again. I experienced this when I first went out to be a coach. I was like, who on earth are you to be going out there and coaching people? Even though I'd done so much personal growth, even though I've invested substantially in myself, even though I put so much hard work in, when actually going out and coaching and selling my coaching services for the first time, my brain was going, who are you? Why are you doing this? Don't do this. But then I kept doing it over and over again, and I realised how much value I'm giving people. Now, obviously, someone might watch my videos. I also put my videos out and say, I don't like this, Johnny. But some people do, and people say really good compliments. But at first, when I was doing that, they were thinking, I was thinking, what are you doing, Johnny? Who are you to be putting videos out in the world? Because it's unfamiliar and I hadn't done it. Even though I had this big vision that I wanted to be a big YouTuber or a big speaker, when I actually did my first one, it's like, oh my God, what am I actually doing? So these feelings are perfectly normal. It's about how you work through them. So that's my first point. The feelings will be there every time you do something unfamiliar, but repeating it over and over again will make it more familiar, and you've got to take action to do that. Point number 2 is imagination is stronger than logic. What I mean by this is the brain doesn't know the difference between fake and reality half the time. So if you've got pictures of yourself struggling or something not going so well, all the bad things that can happen, that's going to override your emotions, and you're going to be like, all nervous. But like I said on the first point, you've actually got to do the thing. However, if you can visualize yourself in the next day, in the next week or so, doing all these things, you're going to feel like you've already achieved it in some way, so you can be more confident going into the situation. Now, when we say visualization, we sometimes think, okay, let's visualize this big perfect picture of where I really want to be. Now, that's great, and you've got some direction to go when you've actually got that established. However, if you can do it more closer to reality, more closer to the present, picture your coming day, picture the following week. What are you doing? How are you acting? And then keep visualizing that and the challenges you're overcoming, because then it's going to feel easier for you. It's still going to be a bit of a challenge. Like I say, you've actually got to do the action to reduce this imposter syndrome, but visualization can really, really help. What I'd really like to know from you today is, when in your life have you experienced imposter syndrome, and what has it held you back from? If you share yours, it can really help other people. So if you've got an experience or a situation in life you want to share, then drop it in the comments below. My third point is, do not listen to people who have not achieved where you want to go or been successful in where you want to go. And what I mean by this is, I'll use me as an example. So I've got brilliant friends and family, some fantastic people in my life, and I'm very blessed by that. But now and then I've had the odd comment, why are you starting a coaching business? Oh, that's a bit risky. Wouldn't it be safer to do your own day job? And I enjoy my day job, by the way. But I want to transition out of that and build this coaching business and be the speaker and this author. Now, I have, people saying, oh, are you sure? And, it's a bit tricky. But these people have not been successful or even attempted starting their own business or doing what I want to do themselves. So therefore, even though I love and respect most of these people, they don't really have, I'm not really going to listen to their opinion on that. Not that I don't value their opinion in general, but they're just not a valid source of saying I can't or can't do something if they've never tried it. So instead, I listen to people like my mentor, brilliant, amazing woman. She's been a best-selling author. She's a fantastic coach. She's done speaking. She's got an amazing business and an amazing woman, and great coach, and helped me so much. I'm going to listen to her, and I do what she tells me to do, because she's a sort of coach and mentor, because she's got experience and she knows what's achievable and she knows how to get there. And it's the same with other people I follow. I follow people like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, many others, Joseph McClendon III, Gabby Bernstein. I will listen to them and follow what they say. But if I've got someone who's, just sits at home all day and they say, oh, I might try this, I might try write a book. Oh yeah, I've read about that. Oh, I hear it's a bit difficult. I'm not really going to listen to their opinion. So make sure you're not taking on board negative people's opinion, because that can make you feel a little bit of an imposter as well. Whilst if you surround yourself with the right personal growth environments or people who are on a mission like you, then you're going to have uplifting people. You're going to not feel like you're so out of place. You're going to feel supported. Now, your friends and family, don't shut them out of your life if you enjoy spending time with them and talking about other things, of course. But just don't talk to them about an area that they've got no experience in. You can share, and if they're positive and engaging, that's great. But if they're not, just don't talk about it, because that can really affect you, and the imposter syndrome can get you in that respect. So that's my next tip. It's a bit of a long one, but try and reduce the amount of people who haven't experienced where you want to go in your life, and start surrounding yourself with uplifting people or people who have got to where you want to get to in life. And the final point kind of builds on a little bit from what I just said there, and it is, don't reinvent the wheel. And what I mean by this is, if we start really, really struggling trying to figure it out all on our own, so if we're starting our own business or we're trying to learn a new sport, if we try it all on our own, then it's going to take so much longer. It's going to be frustrating. It might make you want to quit, might make you feel like a fraud. But if you've got the right coach, if you've got the right resources, the right people around you, it's going to reduce your journey a lot, and it's going to help you build momentum. So if you can learn as much as possible, get the right seminars, get the right courses, get the right books. Some of these are more expensive than others, but you can get a book. You can get a cheaper coach. You can get different resources. You can watch YouTube. You can watch people on YouTube or listen to podcasts. Maybe you listen to my podcast, maybe you watch YouTube, maybe you watch Tony Robbins or anyone. But if you start learning from those people and learning their secrets, it's going to shorten your journey. And also, it gives you confidence that someone else has achieved it. And don't be intimidated by how successful someone is. They've had a struggle too, but they've just had the mindset to keep going. So, learn how to be successful and overcoming this imposter syndrome by replicating what some successful people have done as well. Okay, to wrap up today, imposter syndrome isn't something you can just go, get out of my brain. It will always appear when you go into something unfamiliar because it's the brain trying to keep you safe, being like, oh, this is unfamiliar. But if you do it enough, you will be familiar with it. So take on board what I said and just keep working through, taking actions on yourself, because the more familiar with something you can become, the more confident you'll feel, and you'll have that respect in yourself for trying as well. If, however, you really are struggling with imposter syndrome and it's just getting too much on top of you and you just feel out of place, you don't know what to do, you're stuck and you need some more clarity, then you can drop me an email, coaching@johnnypardo.com, and we can have a look at if one-to-one coaching could be beneficial for you. Thank you very much for watching today. If you've enjoyed this video or found it valuable, then please be sure to give it a like just so more people can see it and it can impact more people. And of course, if you want more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel or hit the bell to be notified when I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. Remember, never skip Self-Esteem Day. I appreciate you and I'll catch you in the next video.